Hello, and welcome back to Factorio. Whoops, let's not do chat. Alright, so I have, since the last time, I finished up my copper array so that I have my two belts coming in of iron and copper. I also handcrafted a whole bunch of stuff. I actually just left the computer running for about half an hour just to get a whole bunch of assembling machines, mining drills, various belts and splitters, especially the splitters took a bit. Inserters, a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to need. And as you can see, I'm finishing up with 200 circuits and 200 gears because I figured those would just be useful. I don't think that 200 is actually going to last all that long, but it's just a nice thing to have building while I'm reorienting myself and trying to figure out what it is that I actually want to do. I'm also kind of low on resources, so let's just grab a few more. Look at all this iron. I guess I don't need to grab it from the belt. It would be faster to grab from the furnaces. Okay, so today's goal. Well, getting some science going would be nice. You can also check a look at this. I actually don't know what I've received since this is a day later. Looks like somebody gave me automobiles. Nice. Speed and efficiency. Those are not happening anytime soon. Explosive, low density, whatever. Rocket launcher. I can actually build that, but I can't make rockets. Okay. Just looking at this. Yeah, I do have explosives. I don't have sulfur. Okay. So, almost have a better weapon, but not quite. Modular armor, that's not happening anytime soon. Neither is that. Oh, I have turrets. Okay, let's just build 10 of those. And as you can see, that 200 gears that I had queued up, we just used all of them. Is that right? 10 for these, and then I just queued up 10. Oh, that's went away. Okay, no, I'm using up 100. Okay, there we go. That's fine. So I got turrets. That's exciting. Right. So as far as the science goes, the main reason I actually went in here was to look at this again. I need circuits. I need pipe, stick, cable, plate, whatever. I need a bunch of stuff. Um, I think I'm actually not going to automate science packs just yet. I'm going to instead try to deal with this issue where I'm just handcrafting a million things. So we're going to use these resources to fix a few things. So let's start. By the way, blueprints are something you can opt into with your Archipelago randomizer. You can choose to disable them if you don't want to be able to just use blueprints for everything. But part of the fun for me is coming up with good blueprints and then just being able to, blueprint them, use them for various things. So I have no issue with reusing these. So we're going to do a belt array here. This is something I created. Probably similar if you follow a lot of Factorio stuff. It's going to be decently similar to other designs that you've seen, I'm sure. Only so many ways you can do a belt array. Alright, and we are just going to start putting stuff down. I know that I don't have... I think these are assembly machine 2s. I don't have fast inserters. I don't have fast belts. But we're still going to just lay this out, and this is for fast and express belts. So there's not really any point doing that either, but we're just gonna do place as much stuff as we can here, and then we'll upgrade it and fix the recipes as it becomes relevant. Okay, I think those are my only splitters. And so what this is going to do, once I have this done, is it's going to do two very important things. One, it's going to stockpile a bunch of belts for me, which is nice because those are something I'm going to go through literally thousands of over the course of this playthrough. So not having to wait as I handcraft them all will be very nice. I guess I really don't need to be doing this part, but, I'm here, I might as well. There we go. And yeah, working on those gears. So yeah, that's the first. That's a nice quality of life improvement that they did at one point, where you can just kind of get both ends of your underground. That's been in the game for a while, but just reappreciating it now. So yeah, the first thing is I get my belts, including underground and splitters. This will do all of it. Oh, this direction. The other thing that this is going to do for me that's really nice is that this box is going to store a whole bunch of gears. Okay, getting those turrets. Anything else that I need here? I think that's it for that. I do have some long-handed, so I mean I can do this, but again, there's really not a lot of point. And we're going to put in our power poles. And the nice thing about having this done is that I don't have to remember to keep queuing up belts and things like that. I can just be doing other things and having spare parts. Alright, is there anything else here? I don't have lights yet, so I can't do that. I guess the best I can do in terms of chests is going to be wooden crates. So that's what we'll do for now. I'm not going to bother with that stuff. Does this keep... Yep, it remembers my levels, although I think these are always too low. So let's just do this so we have 2 stacks of splitters, 4 stacks of underground belts, 10 stacks of belts. Yeah, and this should be good to go. So now we just have to plug it in. Everything is powered. Yep, looks like it. How are we doing on power? Pretty good because we're backed up and not doing anything. Okay. And so all this requires is iron. So now get to decide if we're going to do some kind of belt, I guess. There we go. Or bus, I mean. I'll have a bus coming up here. Let's take a look at this, make sure everything is working. Yep, you can see the animation on all the gears. So all the gear machines are producing gears. Gears are backing up. And we're right, we require iron plates. That's why this isn't happening, because the iron is all getting grabbed by the gears. Now this is backed up and this is backed up. We're starting to get more directed out in this direction. Belts are being produced. Belts are being shunted to either side as well. Alright. Looks good. These will not be being produced because we do need circuits for that. That is what these are for. But so far, so good. Okay, that's a good start. And that'll just happen, and now all this iron that we have sitting here will actually be being used for stuff, which is nice. I'm a little bit concerned about it, so I'm actually just going to get another 4 steam engines going here. Actually, I'm going to need an underground pipe as well. Just to increase our power. Should be fine. Alright, so that was one of 3 things that I really wanted to get done before I start on science. Let's go on to the second one, which is going to be inserter array, and every single time I play this game, I'm like, why haven't I blueprinted my inserter array? And then I never actually blueprint it. Maybe I will create a blueprint. There's an idea. That's probably the next thing. No, those are actually going to require circuits. So let's do circuits next. So for this one, 2, is that enough? Leave 2 in the middle. It's not enough, but it'll be enough for now. And you can see I'm already going to use 20 more assembly machines. Like, these did not last long. 1, 2. That's sort of all of our gears that we built up. A good chunk of them. Also, we're low on iron. Always low on everything. Well, we'll just grab 1200 like that. And from here, let's get ourselves some automated circuits, because circuits are a huge pain in the butt to handcraft. Individually, they're not that slow, but crafting the copper wire for each and every single one. I mean, I can just quickly demonstrate this. It's like half a second. It's like, look, that's not that bad, right? But if you're doing, you know, something like this that requires 3 circuits each, and you want to do, you know, 50 mining drills, that's a ton of time that just adds up really, really quickly. So having automated circuits is really nice. Plus, they're just used in basically everything going forward. Like, even the basic splitters use them. Okay, now one more here. Sure. Those are powered. Good. Have copper coming in here. I don't have fast inserters, so this is going to be inefficient. It's not actually going to quite work, but that's fine. It'll get the circuits done. It just won't get them done as efficiently as it could. All right. So what's happening here? These are pulling, which means that I actually need to reverse these because of the way that my blueprint works. So we're having, let's just do the belts first to make more sense of this. Iron is coming in. Circuits are coming out. All right. So this is circuit coming out, so this is iron going in. And on this side, we have circuit coming out. So that should work. Alright, so as long as I get my resources coming in, this should be fine. Get some copper. Get one of these. Okay, I guess we are going forward. And there we go. We have iron and copper still going forward. Iron actually needs to go to here. There we go. And as you can see, we are going to go through a stupid amount of belts. I'm already out. Okay, well, it looks like copper is getting everywhere. Every machine is producing circuits. We have circuits. Okay, good. How many have I got here? 300? Good. How do I want to do this? I think I want... something like this. We have circuits coming forward. We also have circuits coming back here. Let's just put down here. And we want basic circuits on one side and advanced circuits on the other for the splitters. That's how that works. Just going to watch this until we get a splitter through. Make sure that that's working as intended. They're 5 apiece. Yeah, making... there we go. Looks good. So making a whole bunch of these is a huge pain as well. Yeah, it just takes a long time if you don't have all the parts recrafted. Okay, so that's 2 of 3. We have our belt array, we have our circuits, and we can extend this if we want to. Eventually our iron and copper isn't going to be able to support everything that we're doing with this, but for now it's fine. Oh, so the third thing I wanted was a inserter array, and we'll do that off to the side here. With the inserters, I don't actually have a blueprint, so we'll just kind of wing it. Let's craft another 10 of those. Okay. We're gonna need those. I like to have stacks of 50 of the undergrounds and the splitters. Okay, so from here, what we're gonna do is look at our inserters. So burner inserter is just iron and gears, and honestly, this is so fast to produce, and I only ever use it for steam, that I'm not going to worry about this. This does not need to be in the factory. These inserters, though, I do want both of them, and since that's all I've got at the moment, I guess that's all I'm going to worry about. So I need iron and circuits, and here I need iron and inserters. Okay, so this is actually going to be pretty simple at the moment. Now the question is... because we need iron and gears. Do we want to have something producing gears, or do I want to just have individual factories producing producing gears and just going directly in, or like do I want gears on a belt, basically? I'm inclined to just do this at the moment. No. I think it's better to have a belt here. And we will do this. And that way, the inserter will place the gear on the far side of the belt, and so I'll have both coming, and that's just gonna make this a lot easier, because they are going to require both. This goes here, which is fine. And the only other thing that we need then is circuits. Okay, we're going to do that. And that should be good for now. $100 of those, 200 of those. Does it work? Looks good. Now, obviously we need more gears if we want to have this running full time, but the long-headed inserters I'm not going to be using that much. So I think that it's fine to just have them waiting on this. Like, this doesn't need to be running at full throughput. It just needs to eventually stockpile what I'm looking for. So we'll just have it going like this. That's fine. Oh. Okay. Server disconnected. Sent out a bunch of stuff. Alright, so that's the three things. This will get more complicated once somebody sends me progressive inserters, which will give me the fast inserter, which would be very nice to have. But I guess that's really the foundation for what I wanted to work with here. So now that I have all of that done, automation of the science pack is, I guess, an obvious thing to do. Let's just put turrets on the belt. So where do we want science? Okay, we've found some more stuff. My radar has been busy. Got some iron ore down there. That's pretty nice. Hopper up here. No oil yet. Well, science, I guess, is probably just going to be here. And this is what I mean about these circuits starting to add up. Circuits and belts. Gears. 1,000 gears there, eventually. Eventually this will get done. If I had faster inserters, this would be a lot better. A lot faster. Okay. So for the science, what am I actually wanting to do? This was premature. God. Okay, let's you can just stand here, I guess. Let's just grab 400 circuits. And that way we won't have to handcraft all of those. Good enough. Alright. And likewise. Grab those. We need them more than the belt array. Oh, that's debatable. And they're all gone. 100 gears sure don't last long. Assembly machines are another thing I could have automated. Pipes is another one. Turrets, ammo. There's so many things I could be automating. I kind of want to get the science started. So the question was science. What do we even do with this? This is the first time I've ever tried to do a build where I have 7 inputs. So it's going to probably be something like this, where we have 3 belts coming in. None of these pieces are individually all that complicated. This is going to become a real nightmare once somebody sends us progressive science and we get the green science packs, because that's going to be much more advanced. I saw some people in the Archipelago Discord already talking about how they have like barrels of oil and stuff like that for their second science. So that'll be fun. But for now, we go 6, and that's still not enough, because we need a 7. This is one way to do it. The other way to do it is to do something like this with a long-handled inserter, so we get 2 and 4. But I think the other question is, how many of these do I want to be producing? It costs 5 seconds to produce. And generally I like to do 2 science a second. So if it's 5 seconds per science pack... Oh no, I'm about to do math while recording. I think that's 10 assembly machines will get me 2 a second. Because 5 assembly machines gets me 1 a second. So if I want 2 science packs a second, I need 10. 4 would be 20. Sometimes I do 4. I did keep the requirements for my science packs relatively low, because we can see here it only goes up to 500. I didn't go for 10,000. So I think 2 is probably fine. So that just means I need 10 of these. So if I'm doing something like this, I want something that's repeatable. But I have that extra line, right? I have 3 coming in, but then I have something else. So I think the way that makes the most sense, is this. If we do that, that lets me get a line in between each one. Now we have something like this. Okay. And it doesn't really matter what is where. Oh, we've made a few, okay. Let's grab all those. We'll use them. There's a couple of problems with what I'm doing, which I'm suddenly becoming aware of. Getting power to these is going to be tricky. Well, kind of. I think that to get power to them, I'm going to do every middle one is going to have an underground belt. Maybe we'll learn something from this, and when we get to green science later in the playthrough, we will do it in a different way. But for now, I think we'll do that, because that gets us power to all of our inserters. Okay. And then we can just do something like this on the other side. There we go. And in fact, let's just do the outputs as well. That. Let's go down 1 just to make sure that these are all on the same side of the belt. Okay. So with this setup, I think we've got this working. Let's just do this, get this a little bit cleaner, so we can see what we're working with. This was a change that was made in the Archipelago mod, I believe, which is that assembly machines no longer are limited to how many inputs they can have, because it used to be that you needed an assembly machine 2 if you wanted to do fluid inputs, or if you wanted to have more than, I want to say, 4. Alright, so with this, I guess it doesn't really matter, so we can just, I might have made this too close to this, that's fine. We'll do the components on the other side of the bus and then belt it under. Give yourself more space than you think you need. It's generally good advice when it comes to factory planning. And I'm going to need way more belts. And more undergrounds. But just more belts in general. 500. Okay, look at how good this is. We'll actually go up to 100 of these. So much better than having to handcraft all of those. I wish I had lights. Not about to use one of my hints on optics, though. The way hints have been set up for the community async is that you have to get 15% of your checks in-game, which in Factorio is 15% of the tech researched, in order to hint for a single item. And I'm almost certainly going to want to do that for progressive science packs, or for things like plastics or oil processing, depending on what I need to go forward. Alright, so let's just go top to bottom. Line 1 is going to be coal and copper ore. Actually, let's just consider this for a second. How many... Copper ore and coal are both things that I don't have access to on the bus just yet. So I'm going to leave 4. This is the amount that an underground can go over. So I like to do my bus in sets of 4. So we're going to do this. We're going to have a line of coal, a line of copper ore. We're probably going to need iron ore later, so that's another option. Actually, I don't need to go down this far. Because we can do here. Yeah, I'll probably change this because I'm going to need more iron eventually. For now, bring coal. It's an ingredient for grenades as well, so we will have things that we're going to be crafting with it. Aside from Science Pack, which can just randomly require anything. But yeah, iron ore is used in concrete, and there's a good chance I'm going to need concrete for something somewhere along the way. So I'll have an iron ore line going eventually as well. And here, we can see we do not have enough copper ore coming in, which is hardly surprising given how minimal this is. That's starting to mix, so we don't go any further. Although we could. If I wanted to do... Such a bad idea. Why am I doing this? Filter. Iron ore output to the right. And we want this to be the priority. So what this setup will do is it'll fill this belt with iron ore from here. This iron ore will have priority and will go through first. And that way we're not going to get this backed up by having iron ore along this line. Because this will produce iron occasionally. It'll produce iron occasionally. I'm just wanting to see it happen so that I can make sure that this is working. I mean, I know it's working, but I just want to see it happen once, just kind of as a sanity check every time you build something. Maybe you have an inserter facing the wrong way or something like that. Well, it'll happen eventually. Actually, I don't know how the algorithm works for this, but if it's only iron, literally just the one square. So it should be 1 in 25. But I wonder if it's just random which one it pulls it from. Anyway, I guess I'm not going to sit here watching that. We will just assume that that will eventually do what it's going to do. But in the meantime, we have more copper coming in. Which is good because... well, belt's backed up, so we're not using it anymore. Okay, so here... let's just get all this stuff up here. And so we've decided that we're going to build stuff over here. So the first thing that we're going to build is pretty simple. And it's going to be... I guess I didn't need to be quite that far. I was thinking about this the wrong way. That's fine. It's gonna be like this. So this satisfies our first condition. Now, do we want to split it here, or do we want to split it like on the left side or on the right side? So we're going to do this. Also, let's do that. We're getting our ore. And this only needs one ore every 5 seconds. So this belt, assuming it's fully saturated, will be enough for 10 of these. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of extra resources spent here, but we're just going to do it this way. Second guessing myself and then deciding to commit anyway. Last one is here. We're probably going to have undergrounds for every one of these. This bottom one is going to be a mess. I could have moved this down a bit. Could have, but I did not. So I need 10 outputs then. Okay, let's actually fix this. So, okay, that's a lot better. Here now, this will do balanced outputs. Six is not 10. But that's fine. Hmm. So, I don't quite understand the math on this one. I just grabbed it from a Factorio wiki, but this should be 10 outputs, six outputs that are all equal. And that means that 2 of them don't need to split. 4 of them do. It doesn't really matter if this is even. So what we're learning from this is that having 7 inputs is kind of ridiculous. But we already knew that. Go. I could save a lot on belts. I'm just splitting it up here, actually. We have 6. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. So 1 does go here, but 2 actually splits here. And I probably don't need to actually finish this on camera, this part, so I can start working on the next thing. Okay, so this just goes like this. And we'll get a little bit more done here just to show how this is going to work. Something like that. Okay. And then I'll fix up those 3 off camera. So we're just going to do half this. Half of this now. So now we need iron plate and copper cable in the next line. Okay. We need iron plates we just have on the belt already. Copper cable. Copper cable. We need 10. We're doing 2 a second, right? So we need 2 signs a second, so we need 2 copper cable a second. We produce half of every second, we produce 4. So this is twice as much as we need already. So that's easy. Let's just get this part set up. There's our output. Here's our input. We'll do 2, I guess. That'll be on the far side, so this is iron. Do that. So this is where our iron's coming in. There we go. And kind of need to do the same sort of thing here for copper. So we're going to put that there. It's going in the right direction. We'll do that. Okay. That actually does do everything. Alright, so this should be like this. Oh boy. The amount of belt that's being used here is insane. There has to be a better way of doing this. Am I already committed to this course of action, though? I think I might be. I guess it doesn't need to be even. Like, I don't have to use this thing. Six kind of works well, though, for the way I set this up. And this is why people tend to start with bots in their inventory sometimes. There we are running low on belts. How are our belts doing? Grab one of those. I'll just grab all those. Oh, my inventory's full. In that case, let's just grab as much as we can hold. It's full because I have all this copper ore, which I don't really want, so let's just... put it all back there. It's iron ore as well, let's just dump that in one of those. It's a lot of coal. That's better. Alright, let's just grab all these things. We'll go through them. I do full stacks just because it takes up less inventory. Then going over. Okay. It's the wrong way. It's going this way. Okay. Looks good. So from here then, I guess we need to go at least this far. And again, I'll hook up most of this off camera. Let's do that. But in the other direction. Wait, why am I doing this? I don't need to do this. I'm confusing myself. First one does that. We can skip. You can skip 4. It's fine. There we go. Next 2 ingredients have made it in. What are we going to do here? I'm just going to hook up one more of these. I'm not going to do... Yes, this is a problem. We're gonna set this up. Because I need access to this and also this eventually. Okay, let's maybe we'll fix this later. This is in the way. Always give yourself more room than you think you need. That down here, so that lets me put this way back here. I'm probably going to have to move it even further back eventually. And we're just going to do this. No, that was right. Okay, so these are through. And from here we still need to fix this, which something like that. Good enough for now. Alright, next is iron sticks and electric circuits. Well, get 2 every half second, same as the copper cable. This is literally just going to be this. But with a stick instead. Okay. And belts. Okay, I'm starting to go a bit dizzy just looking at all of these. That looks good to me though. So now, this one goes here. I guess we'll do it here. That works nicely. Iron goes through. And with this, we have iron sticks. And the circuits got everywhere, so the iron sticks should also get everywhere. While we're waiting on that, I suppose. Let's just get the start of this going so that I know how much space I'm dealing with. Getting this first one in is going to be a little bit tricky. I mean, not really. It's just a matter of doing something. Uh-oh, something weird happened there. How do I want to do this? So this is going to come through. Ultimately, it's going to end like this. How do I get something here? Probably... I'm just going to do that. Through. Like that. Means that this is where this one comes in. This is awful. Well, this is the kind of challenge I wanted to give myself by having this many inputs. I'm going to have to find a different method for this for the other set once we get to green science. So once we get to here, we now have these as our goals. Which means we need to split. Oh, we could split like this. And I think this is repeatable. So I'll just be able to copy paste this a bunch of times. Okay, I think we've done it. I think this is good enough. I'll just make sure that the second one works, and then we'll get those pipes, I think the last ingredient was, which are 1 per half second. And rather than deal with all of this nonsense again, I think I'm going to actually just do this. Does this work? Make sure that this is back pipe. Yeah. Because I'm thinking... I don't have a fourth thing here yet. So I might actually just do this for now. Something like this. And that's pipes. Hey, we have science working. This is kind of awful, but it works. And then this, and just to demonstrate that it's repeatable. I guess actually I can just do this here. What the heck? Did somebody just finish their game? I'm guessing that was... I'm guessing that was a Zelda based on the names of some of these. Okay. Yeah, so auto release is on. If you finish your game, then all the remaining items will go into go out into the void. You get to send them all out. Okay, and this is working. Okay. So one final thing then. This has been pretty long. Factorio is fun. I enjoy doing this kind of thing, even though this is a spaghetti abomination over here in terms of the belts. But the last thing then to set up is my science array. It's going to be something like this. I don't have enough science to feed this whole thing just yet. But I'm probably not going to have to upgrade the science array, so that'll be fine. I'm just coming down here. There they are. Grab those. And, okay, while we're down here, let's check on this. Power is okay. Radar, we're out of radar range. I had a feeling. One of those. So we want the entire factory covered by radar. You can see up there on the map what we're doing. Let's just put it here. And then what we're going to do here just feed science from one place into the other. Let's craft another 100 poles, why not? Oh, I had a lot of cable on me apparently. That's not surprising given what I've been working with. Okay. Go from here. That covers everything there. And that should be good. We have science. And let's prioritize the progression for other people. And that's really it. And that probably means you won't be seeing Factorio for a while. I will finish this this up off camera, and I will finish researching everything that is just red. And then we're just waiting until somebody sends me green science, and then we get to figure out what we need to do for the next stage of our science here. Pollution's fine. I'm just going to wait for this first tech to research just so that we can see what our first progression item was. But the factory is in a state where it can actually contribute to the multi-world. That's exciting. Said I was going to wait, but we abruptly ran out of science. Oh no. Well, I can start. I can get the third set going here. Waiting. I do want to just get that first technology. Okay, so where does this come in relative? I guess this is where we can just blueprint from here to here. Is that right? From here to here. Cancel. Let's go up one. Blueprint from here. Here. And right, sweet. Something like that. Okay. Things aren't quite right, but it's something like that. That's enough to work with. I need this. What was this section for? This section is just for that. Okay, so this doesn't actually exist anymore. And we sent Pegasus boots. Okay. Pegasus boots is pretty important. I happen to know that. Alright, so yeah, I will finish all of this. Off camera. I will finish setting this up off camera, and that will be our red science array. And I will be back once I have green science. I will see you then.